All right, guys, easy. Jeez, coming in hot with the chats. All right, now I gotta catch up here real quick. Let's see what you guys are saying. All right, perfect. I went on YouTube looking for your stream, and now you are live. Let me turn this music down. I mean, some of this music, I don't know. This change it up a little bit here. Okay. Sup, fellas? What's up, Coog? Coog, my brother. F, man. Can't believe last night, Cougs. What happened last night? Barksdale checking in. Sup, fellas? What's up, Barks? Had a long night. Went Final Four games. I went 2 years ago. It's a great experience. I've been to every Final Four since COVID. Haven't gone back since the Canes were in it. Before COVID. Okay. Man, I mean, you guys know we've been talking about just like defense in particular and how bad the defense has been in the big leagues. Man, like I don't know if my algorithm changed like a week ago, but all I'm seeing is terrible defense just across the board. Oh yeah, Cougs, Houston. I forgot Houston was in the national championship. You know what? I mean, the fact that you're in it though is sick. Bunch of great midweek games tonight. Yeah, I mean, Georgia Tech Auburn may be the best one, but there's some good ones. They lost to the Gators in the Natty. Yeah, big slate of games tonight. Feel for my brother Cougs, but now it's baseball time. I got to text Dusty. Let me make sure he knows we're live. All right, where's my guy at? All right. So you guys know, here's the, let me read what Coog said. We got Rice tonight in baseball. Who does GT got? Auburn. Top 15 matchup. I mean, Georgia Tech's 18 in D1. I think they're 15 on perfect game maybe. But yeah, I mean, definitely it's maybe the biggest matchup of the midweek. You have Southern Miss Alabama as well. Again, like, you know, Florida State at the beginning of the year was like, oh, this is a huge matchup. Now Florida's 1-11 in SEC. We'll see Louisville, Kentucky's good matchup. Coastal UNC Wilmington, pretty good matchup. So let's, Kyle, did you and Canes, did you send Canes that post? I think I did. Yeah, I think I did. Once the Final Four is done, it's officially baseball season. That's right, Buck. What's up, man? Since we last spoke about our last commitment, the JUCO kid, he has bumped his average up 50 points and has hit 6 more home runs in 10 games. Okay, he must have heard you were talking about him, Canes. Kentucky versus Louisville, FSU, Florida, Georgia Tech, Auburn, Alabama, Southern Miss, Kansas, Nebraska. Yeah. There's some seriously really good games this midweek. So now batting 360 instead of 310 and 9 home runs instead of 3. Yeah. That makes it look a lot better, right, Canes? All right, so let me pull up this first tweet here, guys, because, again, we've talked about how the analytics and stuff. We've talked about kind of how ridiculous some of these things are. Okay, so we've all seen this Victor Robles catch. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I'm going to pause it, pull it up.
See if Matos has thoughts of going. High fly ball down the right field line into that corner, and oh my. Did he catch it? He did. And on the move is Matos.
I cannot believe that.
Okay. Let's watch it one more time, and I want you guys to guess what the StatCast catch probability was.
High fly ball down the right field.
Let's just see.
High fly ball.
Okay, so he's playing over here. Like, he's playing in this gap. He's playing in the right center gap. Right? Because this is after the ball's hit. He's still right here. I mean, he's still over 100 feet from the line. Right? This is he's running a long way.
Down the right field line into that corner, and oh my. Did he catch it? He did. And on the move is Matos.
Okay, so you guys tell me, what was the StatCast probability? Yeah, I mean, it looks like his wrist is broken. I don't know. I haven't checked to see what happened to his wrist, but it looks like wrist may be messed up. All right, so let's look at this. This play had an 80% catch probability according to StatCast. Are you kidding me? And this is the guy that I went after on X for, again, some of the ridiculousness with some of like the, the jump ratings and the catch probabilities and stuff. And a lot of people supported me. They were like, what Kyle's saying sounds really right. Yeah, Buck 2%, Zach 1%. No, 80% catch probability according to StatCast. Now, I played against Robles. He is one of the best defenders in the outfield that I ever played against. He caught it, yes. Now, I think at the end, he lets it out of his glove because his hand was so messed up, he couldn't open his glove, so he just let it fall out so he could get rid of it. This says 80% catch probability. Now, listen, you can tell the warmonger has listened to me on what I said to him. Couple important notes. Hopefully, Victor is already on the road to recovery and won't miss too much time. 2, unbelievable effort and finish to this catch. One of the best I've ever seen. Robles put his body on the line for his team, and he made what will rightly be a candidate for catch of the year. StatCast does consider boundaries. How and how accurately, I don't know. Happy to hear more from those who do. There's plenty of additional context worth considering here, like the net, and I encourage you to do that however you like, even if you want to throw this one on the scrap heap. That said, why the high catch probability? The poor jump. His 8.3 jump means he's getting a much later start on this ball than other outfielders. What does that mean at the catch point? Others don't have to go flying into the net like that. To me, that takes nothing away from the fact that he did. More video and stats in the comments. All right, so here's the video. And again, it's like these numbers, these negative jump numbers are hilarious. Let's watch this live video here. Let's watch this. See what he looks like on contact. Yeah, okay. So he gets a little bit of a slow jump, and the reason is it's hit straight up. It's hit really high off the bat. He's trying to get a feel for, is it going to be shallow or deep, as soon as he knows it's deep. But again, the idea that this is caught 80% of the time is so patently absurd. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right. More stats on the play. 113 feet is a lot of ground to cover. Impressive he was able to get the ball in being so banged up. Catch probability, 80%. Sprint speed, 28.5%, or 28.5 feet per second. Distance needed, 111. Distance covered, 113. Opportunity time, 6.4 seconds. Jump, minus 8.3 feet. Arm strength, who cares about that? Starting depth, 299. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. I mean, look where he's playing. He's playing pretty much, if I can angle this right, he's playing pretty much straight up right field, maybe slightly shaded towards the gap. And this lands against the net down the line, but it's an 80% catch probability. I mean, it's... What makes his jump minus 8.3 feet? Looks like he got going a step slow, but not in the wrong direction. So this means he's 8.3 feet behind where the average MLB outfielder would be 3 seconds after the pitch was released, based on how much time he had and how far he had to go to the catch point. Time to leave a comment. Patent. Is that how you spell patently? Patently. Buck, where are you at? Is that how you spell patently? I gotta look it up now. I don't want to look like an idiot. Hell yeah, I got it right. Okay. Yeah, Georgia Tech's a math school, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know. I think he had 2 rants yesterday. Yeah, I did. No, Canes about Ryan Creedler, the Tiger shortstop that they stuck in center field. Go find it when you get it. Time in yesterday's video. Pages, the center fielder for the Dodgers. Like I saw a video earlier today or maybe yesterday. And let me turn this stream off now. Or turn the clip off now. Where he just like misses balls for the last 2 years. He still plays center field. I don't get it. And they've moved Mookie Betts to shortstop. And I saw a clip of him today, like yesterday, from last night, where he just kind of olays like a double play ball. Like what's going on in the big leagues? We just have like infielders playing outfield. Like this catch by Victor Robles, 80% of people would have caught that. You know, catch of the year, but 80% of people would have caught it. Come on, Kyle. You went to George Patton Lee. Yeah, I Googled. I wanted to make sure. Like, I got it right. I just wanted to make sure. Come on, Kyle. You went to Georgia Tech, top 25 school in the country. Top 25. It's more like top 10. Let's get it right, okay? IDEF should not be the spelling police, though. Well, you're older than me, so that means you're the spelling police. According to that Twitter bio, you should be, Buck. Yeah. Math, engineering, and tech, sure. Not grammar. And Kyle, by the way, Javi Baez did play center field over the weekend. I mean, of course, you know? Of course. You can just throw anybody out there. It's not a big deal. Let me see if I bookmarked it. Oh yeah, here's another. Let's just go through some of the other defensive clips I saw. How about this play? You'll like this one, Zach. This is your second baseman, I believe.
Grounded softly right
oh,
side.
bobble routine. Oh! This is a big league game, by the way. This is not a high school game. This is a big league game. Our second baseman in high school makes that play every time. Let me say that again. Our second baseman in high school makes that play every time. Oh! Zoo's the throw. No surprise that Jazz Chisholm just doesn't even go to second. If you watch this play, watch. All right, ball goes by. Nobody here. There's nobody here. Jazz Chisholm just forgets to advance to second as well. So, a couple bad plays there. Here's another one. Again, because I keep seeing these. These are like happening every day. I guess this is an everyday occurrence across many major league teams in the big leagues now. This is center fielder for the Orioles, I believe. Mateo.
A little bit of a hesitation. He takes off. And
Hey! Oh!
Just missed it.
Oh, we're just gonna whiff. Okay. Look at this. Look at this effort. No jump, jog, up, whiff it.
Just missed it.
But again, I believe that's another infielder playing center field. So I need to make like a massive post about this, I think. And just compile all these clips. Look at this next one. Look at this next one. Look at this next one.
Highline drive, center field.
Oh!
That thing eats him up. Harper's got a lead off.
Look at this route. We call this the get the controller out, get your joystick out.
Highline drive, center field. Pages twists around and
Now let me tell you. I'm gonna give you some. Jorge Mateo. He's second. Yeah, exactly. Jorge Mateo. That's who I thought it was. I didn't know if I wanted to make sure it was Jorge. But yeah, I mean, that looked like an infielder, right? Again, the idea, like, it's one thing, like a high fly ball, an infielder will be fine on, but when it's that like deep fly ball that's touched, that hard screaming line drive that may have topspin, like they don't know how far that's going to go. Like Mateo there, you can tell he like thinks he's under it the whole time and it keeps going away from him. I officially returned. And Buck, there is a clip. I bookmarked it and we may be seeing it here in a second. Buck, there's a clip of like 15, or I think it's like 15 or 20 plays of him doing exactly this same type stuff. All right, so for Harper, all right, so from an outfielder's perspective, okay, a left-handed hitter, when he hits it to the left of center field, so on the left field side of center field, it's going to fade even more towards the left center gap. All right, so as an outfielder, if it's hit over your right shoulder, it's going to fade even further towards left center. All right, so it's like Pages hasn't played outfield before. Because look, he turns, and then he turns back. Like, in what world is this ball going to hook back towards center field? Like, he's turning like it's going to hook back towards center field. I mean, and this isn't, guys, this isn't a big league game, a one-run game in the 7th, and you just turned an out into a double. Right, well struck by Harper, but this should be caught. It lands right next to him. Colt Keith is in the lineup for his bat, definitely not his glove. Don't shoot the messenger. Yo, no, I get it. Mateo, all his life, has been a middle infielder, never played in the outfield before, not even in the Winter League in Dominican has trained for that. Yeah, exactly, Reyes. Like, exactly. A lot of these GMs, they are, and baseball ops guys, whatever, they just think you can put anyone in the outfield. Like, yeah, well, it's not that hard. It's like that scene in Moneyball when Billy Bean's like, hey, you're going to play first base. And he's like, it's not that hard. And he goes, Ron Washington's like, it's incredibly hard. Ron Washington is like, it's incredibly hard. Like, that's the reality, right? But except there's no more, I mean, Ron Washington's still in the game, but I just mean there's none of those, there's not a lot of those guys in the front offices anymore that are like, that's not that easy. Like, they can't just put a guy out there. Well, like, this is the type of play that costs you a game, right? That's the type of play that costs you a game. And the thing is, a misplay in the infield is typically a one-base misplay, right? An error in the infield usually costs you one base. A misplay in the outfield is 2 or 3 bases, right? That's a 2-base error right there. Let's see what else I got. They are obviously putting guys out there with speed out there, correct? Sometimes. They're also trying to get more bats in the lineup and surrendering defense. Yeah, and listen, like, that may, I can promise you that's not what you want to do. You don't, listen, it's one thing to say, all right, this guy's an average defender. He's going to make all the plays. He's not going to make any spectacular plays, but he's going to make all the plays an average Major League center fielder makes. That's one thing entirely, but his bat's way better. Okay. But these guys, they're not average defenders in center field. They're like well below average defenders because they've never played out there. So they are doing the opposite of the Canes, Zach? Yeah. Let me switch my account. Maybe I did it. Maybe I bookmarked something on here. I'm not saying it's right, Kyle, but that's what they're doing. Yeah, I get it. I know you're not saying that. I'm just saying again, it's like that old adage. It's like, if the old adage was, if you can hit, they'll find a spot for you. Well, that's kind of been taken way out of context. The context of that saying was, if you're at least an average defender, they'll find a spot for you. But if you're a below average defender, you better really, really, really rake at the plate, because you're going to give up a lot. Like, dude, defensive errors kill you. Like, defensive misplays kill you. All right, let's see here. All right, this is an interesting one. So this is WAR, right? And I don't know what you guys feel about WAR. Wins above replacement, whatever. Okay, so this guy, Doc Kramer, albeit, born in 1905, okay, played a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Didn't hit for a lot of power, and I'm sure there's no way to compile his defensive metrics. 13 WAR, 2,700 hits, 296 career batting average, 5-time All-Star, All right, so that's his WAR. Okay. Trent Grisham, who I played with in the Milwaukee Brewers system. Almost the same WAR in like not even a fourth of the at-bats and a 215 hitter. 215 hitter. Okay. Dalton Varsho, 15 WAR, less at-bats than Trent Grisham. 225 hitter, 79 home runs, right? It's pretty obvious that WAR, if you hit a lot of home runs, WAR just like your WAR gets boosted. I'm gonna try to find the Pajes. Cuvée, man. Cuvée ran out of gas about right at third base. Cuvée ran out of gas right around home plate. All right, let's see. All right, I gotta find this Pajes clip because you'll go. I mean, you'll go insane if you see it. All right, let's see. In our bracket game this weekend, our coach had to put our first baseman. Sorry, because it's not on the screen. I have to like squint. Put our first baseman left field, and the ball found him, went over his head, and turned the game against us. Another one you'll love. We're in the bottom of the last inning, down 2-2, or down 2 outs, run around first and second. My son is up, who's been crushing the balls all weekend. They just bring in a new pitcher who can't find the zone. Our kid on second decides to try and steal third base and is thrown out to end the game. Massive brain fart by a kid who usually doesn't do that. Well, why isn't the coach? And again, it's like, I know your son's like, I think he's like 13 or something, if I remember. So it's not like a high school game or something. But like, why is the coach at third base not saying, "Hey, we're not going to run into an out here"? He gave his life for that inside the park. Dude, he looked like he was dying, like rounding 30. He was like, and also not much to lose on it. We were up 11-1. Oh yeah, for sure. And if they don't make like a good throw home, he's probably safe. So it's one of those where ball beats him, he's out, but it's a long throw, and if it throws offline, he's safe. Dude, I cannot believe I did not bookmark this Pajes. Dodgers Pajes. Dude, let me see. I'm going to find this clip, man. Also, not much to lose on it. Yes, 13 under. The coach is Buck B. Now we're calling out Buck B. No, I'm not coaching any longer. I thought it was the first mistake our coach had made in 2 years, but realizing the kid did it on his own. Teaching moment after the game. Oh, yeah, for sure. Come on, dude, I know Buck would never allow that to happen. Are you serious? I'm trying to find it, man. It was the sad thing. It was like, why does this guy keep playing center field? Because it was just like, according to DraftKings, and this is coming from Monty Taylor over at College Baseball Central. I may have him on one of these days because he does a great job covering the ACC. Like I see him covering ACC more than anyone else. FSU favored over Florida, Georgia Tech favored over Auburn, and Louisville favored over Kentucky. It wasn't unstrategic. The kid wanted to advance, so the runner at first was in scoring position, but he didn't process the situation and that he had to be 500% sure. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, it's not like, and it's also, if the kid can really run and he's a good base runner, like you just got to tell him like, hey, be smart. Or you have a meeting, hey, have a meeting and be like, hey, like if you can take it, but you better be safe. By the way, we put in place last week the focus on one stat for each of hitting, pitching, and fielding, like we discussed. Got them focused on quality of bats, so we'll see how it evolves over the season. Awesome. He knows about me. Monty says I'm a loco. Well, I mean, that's true, Gaines. What do you mean? Everybody says that. You know what? I got to text Dusty because, I mean, the dude's just like dodging the stream right now. Who was this? Riley Pope. What's up, Kyle? Hello, Riley. You need to get in class, and you need to start preparing for the game. Dusty said he was going to work all Monday so he could be in the stream the rest of the week. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I just texted him, so maybe he'll join in soon. Where's my drink at? Make sure you hit the subscribe button, Riley, all right? That's really what I need from you, okay? That's really what I need from you. Huh? No, they usually call me coach, but I don't know. Let's go, Riley. Lock in. What are you expecting from Coach Kyle tonight? Well, we actually have a big matchup tonight. Big matchup. Need big energy from Coach. Well, I'll have an. I mean, I'll have an energy drink. I'm ready to go. But it's a big matchup. I think the team we're playing is like 9-1 in the region, something like that. So it's Mama, you Mama, never good question. I never knew if StatCast was saying that the catch probability was 80% based off the fielder's skill set, speed, etc., or if it was saying that the ball is caught 80% of the time based off the average fielder. It's the second one. 80% of the time based off the average fielder is what that's saying. Catch probability, 80% means that 80% of the time that's caught, no matter what. Buck. Pope, Riley, did you know Coach Kyle can see any pitcher tipping? He'll be banging the drum once for fastball and twice for off speed. Don't worry, we'll have a meeting about that today. It's that serious of a game. I'll bring the drums. Perfect. Perfect. Riley, if you are good enough, message Jonathan and we will get you set up down here at the U. Oh my god. Canes, Canes, take it easy, man. Take it easy. So they think Ryan Creedler has an 80% chance of catching that? Yeah. Yep. That's not they, that's what StatCast says. Which is just again, it's like I said in my tweets, patently absurd. Who are you guys playing? Whitfield. I think maybe, is it Whitfield Academy? I don't know. We're currently number 7 in the state in our classification. He has struggled. Our best team in Georgia, according to Max Preps, is coming down to Tampa to play Tampa Jesuit. I think Wilson Anderson will be on the mound. He has struggled the past 2 outings against some elite teams. Is that Etowah? Is it Etowah? Is it Buford? Is it Blessed Trinity? Those 3 teams are up there for like the best team in the state, probably. Blessed Trinity, yeah. It's Etowah and BT in Georgia than everyone else. Yeah. Well, Buford's usually, up there, but I agree. I mean, Etowah and BT are just completely stacked. Jesuit host Max Prep's #1 ranked team in Georgia, Roswell Blessed Trinity at home. That's where my wife went to high school, by the way, Blessed Trinity. They've always had a good baseball program. But I don't know why it says Roswell Blessed Trinity. It's just Blessed Trinity. I don't know why it says Roswell Blessed Trinity. It is in Roswell, the city, but it's just called Blessed Trinity. Oh my God. All right, guys, how about this? I think Tampa Jesuit will win. So Blessed Trinity has... I'm trying to think. Let me go to Blessed Trinities. Two of the twin brothers that I worked with are on Blessed Trinity that are going to Gulf Coast. And they're both really good. Let me see who else they have on here. Yeah, Blessed Trinity is completely loaded. Who have they lost to? Wow, they lost the very first game of the year. They have 2 losses on the year. OK State kid and a 27 who is the real deal. Yeah, the Contreras kid who threw like a perfect game, but I think it was like a 5-inning perfect game. But it's still... Gulf Coast State. Yep, Zach, that's where they're going. We play Corona High School tomorrow in the first round of the USA tournament. I'm praying we can do what our basketball team did and win the Natty. Oklahoma State kid, yeah, Terrence Bowen, 27, who's the real deal. Yeah, and they got Cade Kiz going to Georgia Southern. They got Wesley Bass, who I believe is going to Georgia State. Can't remember where Novak's going, but the whole team is like D1. The whole team is in like high level D1. Tampa Jesuit is a great team. Coach Melendez is an elite coach. I might be biased because he's a Cane. Found him. Last name is Anderson. Terrible PG search. Can't distinguish that 9.5 on PG. Tampa Jesuit plays everyone, though. They have 7 losses. I think all the top 35 teams in the nation. Yeah, that's different. That's different. But let's look at this tweet from NCAA. On the settlement hearing. Today's hearing on the landmark settlement was a significant step in modernizing college sports. If approved, the settlement will allow student athletes the opportunity to receive nearly 50% of athletic department revenue in a sustainable and fair system for years to come. 50% of athletic revenue? And just like that, 50% of the non-revenue generating sports will be cut from the universities all over the country. Is that Melendez that used to be at FIU? I don't think so, Zach. He's going to come down to one of the games this year and sit with me. He might not come down after what they've done to Jake, though. Interesting. So Judge Wilkin mentions that current student athletes should be grandfathered in, meaning that they can't get cut because of the new roster sizes. The big issue with the settlement is that any outside deals college athletes cut with brands have to go through this clearinghouse, which determines fair market value. That won't be a problem. That won't be a problem. No. Yeah. And again, it's, that's been one of the biggest issues from the onset is that, like, the whole thing's about antitrust laws, but if there's some NCAA clearinghouse that, like, gets to determine whether a deal is fair or not, that can only at some point will create an issue, right? If you look at their team, everyone commits to every. If you look at their team, everyone commits to everyone but the U. We need to turn that around in 27 with Samir Foster Muhammad. Oh yeah, he's good. He's good. I've seen video of him. Concept is good to stop abuse of the system, but will raise real problems. Livy Dunn spoke about this yesterday, and you can see how that's an issue for someone like her. What is it that she said exactly, Buck? I didn't see what she said. Yeah, and I think, Walter Bede was saying professional division is on deck in 2027. So professional division of college sports. I've heard something like that. I don't know how concrete it is, but that is a way to separate the schools that are going to be investing a lot of money and paying athletes and all that stuff from the ones who, like, again, a lot of people are bringing up in the Twitter comments that, like, some of these schools, like, they're not going to be paying anybody, and, like, they're going to have to cut a bunch of sports to do any of this stuff. Basically, how is fair market value determined? She has a high profile, much beyond what college gymnastics has. So how is fair market value determined for her? Yeah. Again, it's like she's got a massive following. She's, like, definitely one of, if not the most famous college athletes of this, the last 3 or 4 years. So, like, yeah, again, it's all about, like, is that clearinghouse just, like, going to be a facade, and, like, they basically just go, yeah, approved, because at some point when they deny the first thing, right, that is going to be when the issue comes in, because the players will be like, why are you denying it, right? It won't matter at all until they go, oh, that's not fair, boom, denied. if we're moving toward a real fair market system, I can't see how they can try this clearinghouse system. Does MLB try to limit their players' endorsement deals? Yeah. I mean, you're 100% right, Buck. It's like the NCAA knows deep down that some teams, some schools are just going to be like, just filling players' pockets with cash, right? They know deep down that A&M, LSU, and Clemson, like schools like that, Arizona State, from what they're saying now, Texas. I mean, we could go on forever. Are just going to be loading the pockets of their players, and so they're like, well, we're going to put a clearinghouse oversight to make sure there's nothing unfair. But again, it's like, how do you determine what's fair, right? Fair, really, by definition, is a subjective term. So there's no way to be like objectively say, oh, this is fair, because there's no such thing as fair, right? That's a made up concept that doesn't exist in reality. Going to Gulf Coast versus Tallahassee tonight. One of the best JUCO teams versus one of the worst JUCO teams. Yep. Which is weird for TCC, right? Usually they're decent. Are they just really bad this year? Give the players a rev share and then let them source their own endorsements like all other pro athletes. Put another way, if I'm a regular non-athletic college student, I can run a business on the side with no restrictions. Why do athletes have them? Yeah. It's a great point. Great way to look at it. It's interesting, Buck, and we're going to find out here, like probably in the next few days, or it's the latest from what I've been hearing and seeing is at some point next week, early next week. And then non-rev sports just have scholarships like the old system. Yeah. But the issue is that, and those students can also source endorsements. Yeah, but I think the issue is that, like, obviously football and basketball have been paying for all the other sports. But if 50% of that revenue from football and basketball now has to go directly to athletes, most of which are in football and basketball, then there's not going to be enough money to go around to pay for all these other sports, to travel, food, all this stuff. So I think that's what the concerns are, because you're saying like non-revenue sports just will have scholarships like the old system, but they're going to have 50% less money to operate all these sports with. I listened to most of the testimony yesterday. They are layering on so many things on top of the old broken system. It's massively complex with loopholes and people who can be screwed by the system. Oh, 100%. I mean, like, this is not something, generally speaking, how big of these changes are and how much they impact thousands of people should not be done in like a 6-month period or an 8-month period. It's like there's so many things that are going to come out of this where we're like, oh, we didn't think of that, or oh, we didn't think about that. Your point is well taken, but if it's pro, then you need to drive revenue to be paid. They're proposing a hybrid system, which is going to be a mess. Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, It will definitely motivate schools to like try to generate even more and more. I mean, which I think they already were though, right? But now it's like definitely they need to be just like a school builds a new engineering building to attract professors and students, they can offer scholarships if they want to have a great swim team. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, that's a 50% cut is a massive thing. And I mean, I guess they strategize and maybe some of that endowment money is going to be getting used, because some of these schools have so much money in endowment that it's just ridiculous. All right, guys, that's going to be it for me today. I got to get ready for this big-time game coming up in the state of Georgia. I'll see you guys probably later tonight after, usual time around 10:30 with some of these games going on in the midweek. There has to be a split between public and private schools as they're on totally different systems that can't be equated. Yeah. I mean, that's a good point. Like, it's crazy how some of these schools are just going to get totally screwed because whether the private schools are so much more expensive, and I mean it's going to be interesting. And then the public schools again, they don't get as much money in because they're less. I mean we could go down 25 rabbit holes, but I got to head out. I'll see you guys later.